All right. Welcome, my friends, my childrens. It's cold, Diane, in Texas. It is cold. Welcome to the program. God bless you. God bless you. Good morning, everybody. TGIF, indeed. Morning. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the madness. My name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Santa Rosa. Today, Friday. Ready for the weekend. It's cold. Well, Diane is in Wichita Falls, Texas, and it's cold there. We'll talk about the big accident in Texas yesterday. I got some video. Pretty wild stuff. All right. Good morning, Justin. How are you, buddy? All right. Forecast for today. Oh, thank you for being here, by the way. Thank you, Milton Post, for hosting. Telephone number calls 850-771-0049. Yeah. And you can call. If you text, please, no pronouns. That's very annoying. All right, so today, areas of patchy fog early. Rain showers are already becoming more intermittent for the afternoon, high near 61. The chance of rain today, 70%. Tonight, rain showers are already evolving into a more steady rain overnight, a little near 53, 80% for the chance of rain. Rainfall near a quarter of an inch. For Saturday, steady rain in the morning, showers continuing in the afternoon, high near 64. The chance of rain, 80%. Rainfall near a quarter of an inch. We've got cold weather coming with rain. I don't know what that means. Spink says we may get some ice and stuff in the northwest part of the county. We'll see. All right, let's do this. Hey, your temperature, by the way, it is 59 in Milton, 60 in Gulf Breeze, 60 in Navarre, and 58 in Pensacola. Let's light this candle, shall we? Oh, yeah. Taking your phone calls, 850-771-0049. Callers claiming to be a representative of Gulf Power telling folks that we need payments. We need your payments. It's a scam. It's a scam. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Bad people. So it's so stupid. We need payments in the form of gift cards, reloadable visas, and prepaid cards, or we're going to cut your power off. The number they're calling from is 800-336-9756. Now, who believes that the Gulf Power is going to take gift cards and prepaid Visa cards? Reloadable. Evidently, they do it because it works. I would rather go back to the days of trading chickens. And it may come to that before it's over with. Don't give them your information. Gulf Power's been notified, but make sure you don't fall for the scam. You should not pay any public utilities in the form of gift cards. That just sounds so ridiculous to me. Will you take box tops from cereal? Well, it works for the schools. Cereal box tops I could do. I could pay my electric bill that way. That would be helpful. Toll suspension on Garson Point Bridge has been extended through March 12th. Why just do it to the end of March? As I said before, why not just make it's suspended until we tell you different? We'll tell you a week before when we're going to start charging again. It seems dumb. Garson Point Bridge has served as a main artery between Escambia County and southwestern Santa Rosa since Pensacola Bay Bridge was damaged I was on the bridge last night. And traffic is a nightmare. That is the worst experience ever. Yeah. Days after asking the Florida bar to consider sanctioning an attorney who made national headlines by dressing as a jackass, the Grim Reaper, to criticize Governor Ron DeSantis' response to the coronavirus pandemic. An appeals court took the rare step of ordering a state prosecutor to pursue discipline against Santa Rosa County lawyer, Santa Rosa Beach lawyer, Daniel Ohlfelder. So you've got this moron. His whole thing was to cause a problem for DeSantis. It was a publicity stunt. Look at him. Could you take this man seriously? What do you do, Grim Reaper? Oh, I'm a lawyer. Wow. Ambulance chase much? Look at him. What a freak job. A 3-judge panel of the First District Court of Appeal on Friday asked Barr to consider imposing sanctions against Ohlfelder because of an appeal he filed on a lawsuit that sought to force DeSantis to close the state's beaches during the pandemic. The panel said there was no good faith basis for the appeal and accused Ohlfelder and his lawyers of using the court to merely as a stage from which to act out of their version of political theater. No. What is political theater about dressing up like a cartoon character? I don't know. P.T. Barnum said it best. I think Shakespeare said it best. Kill all the lawyers. Kill them tonight. Yeah. What a ding dong. What a ding dong this guy is. Who can take him seriously? Smart judge. Yeah, it's just, can we be done with political theater? Has it played itself out? What about just handling business? What about just handling business? It's not even entertaining. It's just an annoyance. I'm tired of it out of Washington, D.C., Republicans and Democrats. I'm tired of it out of idiots that dress up in the Grim Reaper outfits. I'm just tired of political theater. The Grim Reaper lawyer wants to run for governor. Oh, yeah. All someone has to do is play the videos and show the pictures. That's all they have to do. He stands zero chance. Zero. None. Corey is sick of commercials that yell at you. For instance. Give me for instance. Eight 850-771-0049. I don't know. Just the stupidity. Federal government is considering new rules on potentially new restrictions on domestic travel. It could impact Floridians, drawing the ire of Governor DeSantis and other Sunshine State politicians. At this point, details remain sparse, as they always do. But Florida is among the states Biden administration officials have cited because of its growing number of infections caused by the new coronavirus variants. Florida accounts for more than a third of all cases in the country of the B117 variant, the highly infectious so-called UK strain. Florida has also come under national scrutiny in recent weeks as images of maskless crowds swarmed Tampa to celebrate the Super Bowl. The White House restrictions are being contemplated as Canada, a big source of Florida's foreign visitors, announced that starting Monday, people arriving by land will have to show negative COVID-19 tests from within the previous 72 hours. So what happens if domestic travel for Floridians is shut down? Oh, they won't do that. You think? Do you think that they won't? I think that they would probably try. All DeSantis needs to do is keep defending us from the Fed, and he's guaranteed re-election. I think so. Why is it okay to call UK strand, but we couldn't call it the Chinese virus? That is a very good point, Justin. Excellent point. And I don't know. I know where coffee. Lafayette attorney adds, oh, yeah. Yeah. Attorneys, the worst. Ground broke Wednesday on a new Aldi distribution center in Loxley, Alabama. And now I don't know, as they get set for, they are getting set up for some Aldi stores. So got to get the distribution center set up. But the distribution center won't be set up until the end of 2022. So we got almost 2 years to wait for this thing. It's expected to open the end of 2022. That's a long time. The building and distribution center encompasses about 564,000 square feet and will be equipped to service up to 100 Aldi stores in the Florida Panhandle, Alabama, and southern Georgia. Mississippi and Louisiana is thrown in there as well. But the end of 2022, that is a long wait if you want an Aldi store. And some do. 850-771-0049. Tom Brady's under attack for daring to walk in without a mask. Kamala Harris tweeted to shame him. Yeah. Who cares? You want to shame me? Try it. Can't call the Rona the China virus. We can call the variant the British strain. I know. He is a fast one. 850-771-0049. Justin's on it. There's new developments in the class action lawsuit that claims Florida Department of Corrections overuses solitary confinement as punishment. Attorneys recently filed an order of protection to stop what they say was a retaliation against their clients. A judge granted it this week. I don't know. I think solitary confinement might be nice. Southern Poverty Law Center says they found evidence of retaliation at 4 facilities, including the Santa Rosa County Correctional Institution in Milton. Court documents say those inmates were denied basic necessities for speaking with legal counsel. And in some cases, they were denied food and water. Document says guards and officers called them snitches for talking with attorneys and demanded to know what the inmates talked about. They alleged they threatened physical harm if they didn't tell them. Now, I don't know how much of this is true. Right? They're prisoners. Nothing is ever fair. Nothing is ever right. But solitary confinement? Give me a week. Give me a month in the hole. Peace. 850-771-0049. A Pensacola man's facing several charges. Some of this stuff is not loading this morning for some weird reason. There's this guy. He's a prize. He's a peach. He's facing several charges after authorities say he lured a 15-year-old girl away from her Gainesville area home. Wednesday morning, Stark police received a missing person report for a girl who failed to show up for school. Detectives determined that the teen had plans to run away with 23-year-old Adam Nelson of Pensacola. Late Wednesday afternoon, the teen was found near Nelson's home and turned over to the Department of Juvenile Justice. They're investigating Nelson and the girl's relationship. Stark police obtained a warrant for the arrest of Nelson on the following felony charges: interference with child custody, solicit person under 16 years old to commit lewd acts, and traveling to meet minor after luring online. It's a $2 million bond. Yeah. Now, let me say this. In the great scheme of things, 8 years is not a huge difference in age. But she is underage. She's 15. Just saying. What is that? A patent number for what? Patent number for what, Kate? But yeah, they deny that stuff. 850-771-0049. Oh, we're going to come up to this in a little bit. But there are anti-Trumpers in the Republican Party. Go figure. And they're going to start an anti-Trump Republican Party. And you'll be shocked at who's part of it. We'll talk about that. As data continues to show that members of the black community in Escambia County are consistently under-vaccinated compared to white people. Well, the white people are to blame. But I'll continue. A coalition of black community leaders is gathering together with the city of Pensacola and the federal government to encourage people of color to get the vaccine when it becomes available to them. Pastor Isaac Williams, head of Pensacola's Greater True Vine Baptist Church, and a member of Mayor Grover Robinson's transition team, held a press conference outside his North Pace Boulevard church on Thursday afternoon. He's the leader of the statewide coronavirus vaccination community education and engagement task force. Oh my gosh. Which seeks to educate people traditionally underserved and marginalized communities about the effectiveness of the vaccine, which they don't know. They don't know that the vaccine's effective. It's been out for what? A month and a half? You don't know that it's effective. You don't. But, okay, black community. I have a question. Do you trust the government when it comes to vaccines? And do you trust community leaders that say, yeah, it's okay? Oh, by the way, I get money from the government. I don't know. Williams' goal is to have 60 to 70% of residents of color vaccinated by the end of summer. Won't happen. It will not happen. Robinson sounds like a nut. A nut bag. I don't know. When you talk to him, he seems kind of normal. But when you look at the stuff he does, it doesn't. No. If this man's going to feel any remorse if people die or have other side effects, no. Because he's getting money. He's getting money. 850-771-0049. This is interesting. If I can find it. I've got, like I said, stuff is not loading this morning. Nope, that's not it. Let me see if I can pull it up again. This happened in South Florida. And it is it's a seal. A seal that came up on the land in South Florida. Do I have the video? I recorded the video. I don't have the video. Sorry. It was cute. He was a cute little seal. But it's weird because they're only found like in the Northeast and the Northwest. And this little feller popped up on the beach. It was spotted on Ponte Verde Beach. It was resting along the sand on Monday. Harbor seals are typically located in Alaska, California, the coast of Oregon and Washington, inland Washington, and western northern Atlantic. The population in New England is also increasing, but have been occasionally spotted as far as south as the Carolinas. So, but it was a cute seal. I'm sorry I couldn't play it for you. I've got stuff that's not loading. It's weird. It's hinky. I heard B is thinking about cutting off Florida tax Fed money. Would that surprise you? Would that surprise you? It don't me. It don't surprise me. About 1 in 3 Americans, that's 30%, 33%, say that they definitely or probably won't get the COVID-19 vaccine. That's according to a new poll that some experts say is discouraging news if the U.S. hopes to achieve herd immunity and vanquish the outbreak. Now, the poll from the Associated Press found that while 67% of Americans plan to get vaccinated or have nearly done so, 15% are certain they won't. 17% say they probably not. And they express doubts had a tickle, sorry. They expressed doubts about the effectiveness and the safety. The poll suggested substantial skepticism persists more than a month and a half into the vaccination. Yeah, there's skepticism. There's no track record. It has side effects. They say it doesn't. Don't take me off. But they say it doesn't, but it does. It has few, if any, serious side effects. Resistance was found to run higher among young people, so people without college degrees, Black Americans, and Republicans. So if you're stupid, you're stupid. That's the issue. So 67% of Americans getting enough. No, said William Hang, a Harvard University expert on disease dynamics. You're going to need to get a large proportions of the population vaccinated before you can see a real effect. Of those who said they definitely will not get the vaccine, 65 cited worries about side effects, despite the shot's safety record over the past months. When you withhold information, look, Facebook is, if you have any kind of question or negative thing to say about the vaccine, it's gone. You're gone. They won't allow any negative talk about it. So I don't think that. I don't think that that's true. The shot safety record over the past months. 2. And there's people dying and getting Bell's palsy and blood disorders. About the same percentage said they don't trust the COVID-19 vaccines, and 38% said they don't believe they need a vaccine, with a similar share saying that they don't know if a COVID vaccine will work and that they don't trust the government. Aha! It's a trust issue. Of those who probably won't get the vaccine but have not ruled it out completely, 63% said that they are waiting to see if it's safe. 60% said they're concerned about possible side effects. I don't trust pharmaceuticals. I really don't. And it doesn't sound like it's going to be safe, said Deborah Nunez, a 67-year-old retired nurse from Tucson. I don't trust pharmaceuticals, said a nurse who doesn't want to get the vaccine. Think about that. She said she's gotten the flu and pneumonia shots, but is concerned about rumors about what's in the coronavirus vaccine, and friends have the same hesitation. Yeah. Dead babies in there. At least 6 people are dead after 133 vehicles were involved in a massive ice-related wreck Thursday morning on the Interstate 35 in Fort Worth. The scene stretched for nearly a mile. I want to show you this. This is the picture of part of that. Look at that. Now, I'm going to show you video of what happened. You got to check this out. This is the wildest. Here to that. Video. Here it is. Pretty crazy. I apologize for any language I don't get weeded out. So here you go. Mira, eso es todo. ¿Cómo te paras? He's sliding. Boom. You can't stop it. The truck hits. Now watch this. Watch this.
Oh my God. Oh shit.
Look at that. And they keep hitting it. Boom, boom, boom. Wow. They can't stop. Ice. That's pretty wild. And that happens. They should have gotten out. Look, I grew up in this stuff. I grew up in that ice and snow. I won't drive down here in that stuff because other people can. And there's times you go, you know what? I probably shouldn't go out. Yeah, that is a mess. Look at that. And 6 people died, 60 people taken to the hospital. Wild. 850-771-0049. Vaccines have a component form near-term aborted fetuses. I know, but you can't say that, Kim. You can't say that. 850-771-0049. What else? A Louisiana man who is suspicious of recent reports about a woman who put Gorilla Glue in her hair. Remember that we talked about her yesterday. She ran out of her hairspray, so she used Gorilla Glue spray adhesive. The Biloxi Sun Herald reported that Lynn Martin took to social media to explain that he was at a hospital and doctors were talking about cutting the tips of my lip off in surgery because he Gorilla Glued a cup to his lip. Here is this Einstein. Why is it people from Louisiana do this? No, I'm not counting you, Corey, but you know. This is the second one in 2 days. Here you go.
That shit ain't true. I'm going to show y'all something. I got some Gorilla Glue right here. Super glue real. Watch out. I'm going to take it, put it on this cup, put it in my mouth. Then I'm going to be the lick it and get it off. It's easy. Gorilla Glue garbage. I'm telling you now.
I feel like we need to clear the air because you don't
want something
crazy happening.
Put it on here.
Farewell thing. You know what? I think.
Mercy.
Then I'm going to put it on my mouth.
Turn your TV down, by the way. Now, that's it. So, they don't show what happened afterwards. But he says, pray for me, y'all, because I got to get part of my lip cut off because I've I Gorilla Glued a cup to my lip. What if I prayed for common sense? What if I prayed for God to give you wisdom not to do stupid jackwagon stuff anymore? Oh. Wow. What is it with people? Leanne says, I'm sorry, but she was really stupid to even think about using. I know. But here's this guy follows it up by gluing a cup to his lip. Gracious sakes. If you're out of that stuff, go down. If you're out of hairspray, go down to the store. And then don't just go, you know what? I'm going to super glue a cup to my lip. Idiots of the year. And it's still early. It's still early, Ramona. I need to read the label. Works by water. Stupid is stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it. Elmer's, they're trying to get Gorilla Glue off the market. Yeah, it's Gorilla Glue's fault. It's Gorilla Glue's fault. What happened to White Rain hairspray? It's racist because it's white. That's why. You can't sell it because it's racist. That and Aunt Jemima's gone. Yeah. 850-771-0049. Nearly 200 pounds of illegal Mexican bologna. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. Bologna. That evil bologna. Was seized by U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents at the New Mexico border. Agents with the Office of Field Operations Agriculture Specialists found 22 rolls of bologna, 194 pounds in the truck of a Nissan Rogue at the port of entry. The driver, 49-year-old from Albuquerque, was fined $500. Some of the bologna was also found in the driver's luggage. We're smuggling bologna. We're smuggling. What kind of hatred do you have for your body when you're smuggling 200 pounds of bologna? A little bit's okay. 200 pounds will hurt you. It will hurt you. It will hurt you. The Mexican bologna is prohibited by U.S. and could introduce foreign animal diseases into the U.S. pork industry. The meat was destroyed. Oh. It's bologna. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is recommending Americans wear masks anytime that they are out indoors or outdoors with people they don't live with. You wear masks indoors, outdoors, or anytime you're with people you don't live with. The article entitled Types of Masks examines many types of masks Americans can wear, highlighting cloth masks, disposable masks, and N95 masks. Under the specification of cloth masks, the CDC recommends that people select a covering that has multiple layers of tightly woven fabric and a nose wire, giving similar recommendations for disposable masks. Under both, the CDC recommends that people wear the masks anytime you're indoors, outdoors, or with people you don't live with. The CDC is not loosening recommendations on universal masking, nor are officials such as Dr. Anthony Fauci in the same article. The CDC suggests that wearing two masks as a means to achieve both a better fit and further protection, recommending a disposable mask underneath and a cloth mask on top. That coincides with the CDC article last updated February 10th. Improve how your mask protects you. Add layers of material to existing face coverings. I can't breathe now. And my glasses fog up. Wear one disposable mask underneath the cloth mask. And then put a plastic bag over your head and cinch it. The second mask should push the edges of the inner mask against your face. It also released the early summary of a study showing that a double mask blocked 92.5% of cough particles. That's not true. Not true. Not true. Didn't they say that before? That's what they've been saying all along. If the masks work, yes. They're cutting off your oxygen. Yep. Oh, love it. Love it. Put the hat on. Be the hat. Pretty crazy. You must wear a mask made of Mexican bologna. Oh, we ought to do that. That would smell kind of funky. Mexican bologna in a mask. And the little rim around the outside you could use to loop over your ears. That plastic is pretty tough. So, yeah, you can use that to hold it. I love it. Makeup industry is probably, they could be. All that blown rotting their brains. Could be. If you pass out from no oxygen from your mask, you can sue the store. Sue the government. Sue the CDC. Where are the biohazard bins if it's so deadly? You have a great point, Stacy. Yeah. Right. Bologna sticks to the ceiling. Just you don't want it on the ceiling. You want it on your face or in your mouth if you don't like yourself. Eight 850-771-0049. Oh. 2 masks. One is not sufficient anymore. Even though Dr. Fauci said there's no data to prove that 2 masks do anything, he is jumping on the CDC saying, you got to wear 2 masks. Yeah. Do you trust him? Do you trust him? I don't. On several occasions, cops have started playing popular music when they realize they're being filmed. The odd behavior has a point. The hope that the copyright strike algorithms on YouTube, Instagram, and other social media sites will prevent the video being posted and shared. Now, this particular cop, this guy was trying to catch him in something, so he asked him a question. The cop just turns on music. Now, does that work? Well, I will tell you this. When I was at WEBY and we had the bumper music, we played popular music, bumper music, what that calls is you're coming in and out of breaks. And that was, I'm still getting stuff being withheld by Facebook from 2 years ago. There's copyright infringement, and they'll release it eventually. But it's 2 years. Who cares? because you've played more than 90 seconds of a song or whatever it is. So yeah, that's pretty wise from the cops. He just doesn't get flustered. He just turns, if somebody's got a camera, he just turns the music on. That irritates the, I was going to show the video, but it's got music in it. So, that's what we're trying to avoid. But very good for him. Very good for him. 850-771-0049. Class action suit. Sue the CDC. Who needs account? What are you referring to, Justin? What are you referring to as needing accountability? Oh, I see. For the police officer. No, I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think that's the case at all. But it is wise because you got people who are nefarious. People who have ulterior motives. And yeah. He just makes it happen. Anytime someone's filming him, I'm just going to put it on popular music. It's not going to go anywhere. It doesn't always work, but that's an interesting thing. The Georgia State Election Board voted unanimously on Wednesday to move forward with an investigation into Raphael Warnock. What? Why are they investigating Warnock, those racists? He had a role in serving as board chairman of the voter registration organization founded by Stacey Abrams that election officials say failed to follow deadlines in what appears to be the latest legal step in the ongoing feud between the progressive Abrams and the state's Republican election officials. Warnock narrowly defeated the incumbent Kelly Loeffler in a runoff last month on the same ballot, which Senator John Ossoff ousted incumbent U.S. Senator David Perdue. The double victory by Democrats in the Georgia state runoffs was enough to tip the scales in the U.S. Senate, with a makeup being 50-50 split between Republicans and Democrats, and Kamala Harris doing the tiebreaker. So they were violating deadlines. I find it interesting that they said in Georgia there was no voter fraud. And they've got enough evidence to vote unanimously to investigate Warnock. Now, because it was a runoff election, he is up for election again in 2022. Get rid of him. We get rid of him. 850-771-0049. Defund the CDC. Yeah, good luck with that. If the cop had nothing to hide, then why is he worried about being filmed? Well, people use it as they want to. And I don't know if you've heard of editing suites in video, but it's a thing. It's a thing. Yeah, that's the only way Democrats can win is cheating. Yep. Yeah. 850-771-0049. The Lincoln Project is facing intense backlash and potentially major legal trouble after it's accused of publishing screenshots of private Twitter direct messages belonging to one of its co-founders, Jennifer Horn. Horn, who left the Lincoln Project last week amid the John Weaver scandal, has had public spat with the anti-Trump group ever since her departure. But the Lincoln Project escalated tensions on Thursday night with tweets that appeared to be an exchange she had with a 19 News correspondent, Amanda Becker. Earlier this evening, we became aware that Amanda Becker of 19 News was preparing to publish a smear job on the Lincoln Project with the help of NH Jennifer. The Lincoln Project began a lengthy thread. You hear a lot of talk about hit jobs in journalism, but rarely do you get a chance to see their origin story. Enjoy. It's unclear how the Lincoln Project obtained screenshots of Horn's private message, or how, if it did, the group gained access to Horn's Twitter account. It was a private message, and they hacked her account. Yeah. You're going to sue the CDC. Well, I don't know if you can do that. They have the power of the government behind them. So, just saying. Top aide to New York Governor Andrew Cuomo told leading state Democrat lawmakers that the administration had withheld data on COVID-19 deaths at a nursing home to avoid federal scrutiny. It's according to a bombshell new report. The revelation prompted condemnations and even talk of impeachment in Albany, the state's capital. They want the Department of Justice to open an obstruction of justice investigation. The families of thousands of dead New York seniors deserve accountability. So what they did, even the big number that they gave, like 6,000, it's 15,000. Because even after, what they said was that they were only putting new cases into nursing homes, new cases of COVID in the nursing homes. That's not true. They were putting people who were recovering in the nursing homes. 15,000. Mass murder. You look at 9/11, 3,000. You look at the riot on the Capitol that they like to tout. There was one. And that was killed by a Capitol Hill police officer. Yeah. 850-771-0049. Chuck Schumer. This guy is the worst. He said Thursday that he did not rule out bringing legislation to bar former President Donald Trump from office if he's not convicted at the ongoing Senate impeachment trial, which they know is not going to happen. They know they're not going to impeach him. Democratic senators have discussed in recent weeks that if they cannot secure the 67 votes needed to convict Trump and bar him from holding office in subsequent simple majority vote, that they might invoke the 14th Amendment of the Constitution to do the same. We're going to first finish the impeachment trial, and then Democrats will get together and discuss where to go next, Schumer replied. This is talking about a censure resolution that would also specifically include the elements of the 14th Amendment that lead to disqualification from future office. That's intriguing to me and something I'm willing to look at. And the bottom line here is we have to deliver accountability for the events of January 6th. 14th Amendment says that Congress can bar people who engage in insurrection or rebellion against the U.S. from holding office. It was originally meant to prevent former Confederates from serving in the government after the Civil War. They have a extreme hatred of Trump. Do they hate him or do they fear him? Do they hate him or do they fear him? I think they fear him. What was he going to do? Now, I don't know. Expose the swamp. President Phoebe visited the National Institutes of Health complex on Thursday, and he spoke about the U.S. vaccine supply and his goals for the rollout. But he also indicated that mask wearing will likely be a reality for the next year. Double masking for the next year. I thought he had a grand plan. I'm going to fix this. 100 days, masks, and then we're done. He is kind of backpedaling on a lot of his promises. Trump didn't do that. Trump didn't backtrack on his promises. Trump accomplished what he said he's going to accomplish. Not this moron. Told reporters that even though he was standing on stage about 10 feet from Dr. Fauci and Dr. Collins, he would continue to wear his mask. He said that wearing masks through the next year can save a significant number of lives. You have no evidence of that. I want to see the evidence of that, and you don't have it. Health officials have stressed that even with the effective vaccines, many of the same safety protocols will have to remain in place until there's clear herd immunity. But if and when that is achieved seems to be anyone's guess. Sharon Peacock, the director of the COVID-19 Genomics UK Consortium, said that there are growing concerns that the virus mutations will slow the process. So we have to wait. You have to get 70 to 80% of the population vaccinated. And so you got to wear masks to the end of the year. None of what they're telling you is true. None of what they're telling you is true. State Department was added to host a Zoom discussion yesterday on racism being a threat to national security and democracy. Hear the title. They hosted a Zoom discussion on racism being a threat to national security and democracy. It wasn't clear if the session took place, but the announcement was obtained by Fox News. One of the featured speakers was former Democratic Rep. Tom Perillo, who currently serves as executive director for George Soros Open Society Foundation. The announcement specified the event was for State Department employees. Other speakers were to include for constitutional rights attorney Diala Shamas and Western States Center Executive Director Eric Ward. The groups generally call for racial equality and justice, but also promoted controversial ideas in the wake of racially charged protests last year. Ward's group initiated last year a 21-day pledge for inclusive democracy. In a May 31st list of related action items, WSC touted the defund police hashtag and urged others to call on United Nations to appoint someone who investigate present-day lynchings of Black Americans. Now, we see that in the news all the time, present-day lynchings of Black Americans. Every day, it's an everyday occurrence. But the discussion, racism being a threat to national security and democracy, without discussing what racism is, what qualifies as racism. And the reason I bring that up, because you've been told that if you support Trump, you're a racist. And you're a threat to national security and democracy. That's what they're telling you. That's what they're telling you. Be careful. I hate to say it, but you've got to read into these things. Because you know how they are. I got you. Trump was Colonel Walter Kurtz to the Dems. That's from Apocalypse Now. But they will, racism is a threat to security and democracy. You will be rooted out. Biden, the Phoebe, warned that China will eat our lunch on Thursday after speaking with Chinese President Xi Jinping for the first time Wednesday night since becoming president. A sentiment that seemed to contradict some of his statements on the campaign trail. Here he is. What a dingbat.
I was on the phone for 2 straight hours with Xi Jinping. And you all know as well as I do, these folks, and it was a good conversation. I know him well. We spent a lot of time together over the years I was vice president. And
yeah, because you were getting money from him. You spent a lot of time with Xi Jinping. You know him well because you were taking money from him. I digress.
They have major new initiatives on rail, and they already have rail that goes 225 miles an hour with ease. They're working very hard to do what I think we're going to have to do, and I think the automobile industry is already there, and so is labor. They're working very hard to try to move in a position where they end up being the source of a new way in which to power automobiles, which they're going to invest a lot of money, investing billions of dollars in dealing with a whole range of issues that relate to transportation, the environment, and a whole range of other things. So we just have to step up. And so what I'm going to talk to these folks about, since they're the key committee, is how we begin this. I've laid out what I think I have to do, we should be doing. They have a plan as well within their jurisdiction, but they're also very, very competent senators who know a lot more than beyond their jurisdiction about the things it needs. So I'm looking for a wholesome conversation, or fulsome conversation. So thank you all for coming.
Oh my gosh, what a... Did you fall asleep during that? I did. Wow. We are doomed. We are doomed. He has sold us out to China, and they're going to eat our lunch. They're going to eat our lunch. Well, because, and you, look, it was during the 2019, as he was campaigning, what little he did. He said that China's going to eat our lunch? Question mark. Come on, man. He said that at a rally in 2019. China's not going to eat our lunch. Are you kidding me? Now he's like, China's going to eat our lunch. That's exactly what he said. President Joe Biden on Thursday said that the coronavirus vaccination program he inherited from Donald Trump was in much worse shape than he had expected. And while urging patience and also announcing the government has bought 200 million more doses. We're not going to have everything fixed for a while, but we're going to fix it. So he's breaking another campaign promise early. With demand for the vaccine outstripping supply, Americans are struggling to get appointments for inoculations, leaving Biden with an acute problem less than a month after taking over from Trump. Biden said Trump, who spent his last 2 months in office in a futile effort to overturn the results of the election, did not order enough vaccine and did not do enough to get people lined up to get vaccinated. So it's Trump's fault that you are not taking the lead and doing what so you are breaking your campaign promise because of Trump. I see. I want to point you back to 2016 and all the undermining you did on Trump to keep him from succeeding, and he succeeded anyway. That it's Trump's fault. I am an idiot, and I can't do what I promised in my campaign. Great. He said the vaccine program he inherited was much worse shape than he'd anticipated, and that his transition team had been misled about vaccine supply. I don't think so. I think that was very clear from the very beginning that they were rolling it out. Listen, they waited. Remember, they waited until after the election to say, we've got the vaccine. It was done to hurt Trump. It was done to hurt Trump. Just remember that. Go back. Go in the Wayback Machine. That was done on purpose so that Trump would not get credit for it or it wouldn't help him in the election. So don't tell me they had that. They had that. Yeah, they will blame Trump for the next 40 years. They will. They will indeed. 850-771-0049. It's Trump's fault. All right, so dozens of former Republican officials who view the party as unwilling to stand up to former President Donald Trump and his attempts to undermine U.S. democracy. Who undermined U.S. democracy, I wonder? They're in talks to form a center-right breakaway party. The early stage of the discussions include former elected Republicans, former officials in the Republican administrations of Ronald Reagan. Let me just say that most of those people are dead. George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, and Trump, ex-Republican ambassadors and Republican strategists, the people involved say. More than 120 of them held Zoom call last Friday to discuss the breakaway group, which would run on a platform of principled conservatism. If you are abandoning conservatism, you have no principles, including adherence to the Constitution and the rule of law. Ideas those involved say have been trashed by Trump. Really? Really? Evidence. I want evidence. The plan would be to run candidates in some races, but also endorse center-right candidates in others, be they Republicans, independents, or Democrats. Now, let me ask you a question. Why would a Republican group run Democrats? Because these people are rhinos. They are not Republicans. Evan McMillan, who was chief policy director for the House Republicans Conference and ran as an independent in the 2016 presidential election, told Reuters that he co-hosted the Zoom call with former officials concerned about Trump's grip on the Republicans and the nativist turn the party has taken. So, I had high hopes for Evan McMullen. Don't anymore. Very interesting. Trump was to the Republicans what Happy Gilmore was to golf. The great cover-up. Now, I want you to understand this. Trump won with, I guess he had 75 million voters, 75 million voters. It was actually 80 million. But he had 75 official votes. More than any Republican has ever gotten. Will an anti-Trump party make it? Will an anti-Trump party make it? If it falls in the force, will anybody hear it? You have a 120 maybe officials that are anti-Trumpers. Will an anti-Trump Republican Party make it? I would say no. I would say absolutely zero chance. And finally, the National Republican Congressional Committee released a list of 47 Democratic-held House districts that's targeting for 2022. 47. Ready to finish the job it started in 2020, chipping away at the Democratic majority and retire Speaker Pelosi once and for all. We're going to focus on to build a lasting majority, not just to win, but to build a lasting majority. That's Emmer as a Minnesota congressman. The 47 offensive targets include 29 battleground Democrats in districts that President Biden lost or where the 2020 presidential congressional margin was less than 5%. 8 underperforming Democrats who won by less than 10% and underperformed compared to Biden in the district, and 10 redistricting, I could say that. Watch Democrats who are at risk of the 2020 census causing their districts to be redrawn since their states will likely either gain or lose congressional seats. 47. Republicans, you will need Trump. You will need Trump. Get over yourself. Evidently, there were some Republicans, in name only, that got tired of winning. They got tired of winning. Get the rhinos out. The Republicans, the real Republicans, need to actively campaign against Mitt Romney, Susan Collins, all these morons. Get them out and be done with it. All right, kids, we got to get out of here. It's the weekend. Use your time wisely this weekend. Meditate, go to church, and we hope to see you back here on Monday for another week of sunshine, Sunrise Santa Rosa, sunshine. I'm out of my mind. Sunrise Santa Rosa, and thank you for being here today. Share it with somebody you love. God bless you. Stay strong. Don't give up. Don't give up. We'll see you later.